Hey everybody, Adam Savage in my cave. We're on the home stretch. When Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon came out with Michelle Yeoh and Chow Yun-fat and Ziyi Zhang, it is such an amazing movie. I've said this in there's several videos that I've already done about this sword. We'll include links to those in the description. I've done some inlay, I've done some casting, I've done some blade work, I've done some sharpening. This has been a journey for me that is now almost 10 years old. Way back when, Mel Ho did some etching for me, drew a vinyl applique that we used to create the etching on this sword that is dimensional like the real one. But I have completed my jade cross guards to my satisfaction. I have a jade tail, which is a slightly different color, and that is screen accurate. Right, and then on the blade guard right here, was a little dragon. And this is the dragon that the Noble Collection sword came with, but it's not correct. I don't have any amazing reference for that dragon, but hold on just a second. But I have this, so here's what I'm doing. I'm showing an iPhone front-facing camera, a print of a screen capture. How many generations are we losing? So here is a close-up from the Blu-ray of Crouching Tiger. And here you can see this little dragon. He's facing that way, right? And so, I don't know about you, but like, I see some details that are right and some that are wrong. And then I went on eBay. I found some rings for 10 bucks a piece. These little foo dog dragon face rings. And listen, it's also not dead accurate, but I like it better than this. This feels a little cheap. Look at that, warm silver as opposed to cool chrome. I may do one little extra polish on this. And this sword will have 3 spots of hot glue when I'm all done. There are certain things I have to hide, like this tailpiece. There's a nut there, and I can still take this apart, and I've epoxied inside there. It all fits very nicely, but it still could come off. So what I'm gonna do is, in the final assembly of this sword, I'm gonna drop a little hot glue in there, pot it there, and then it'll be reasonably, it's not gonna come loose, but if I need to service the sword, I can. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the foo dogs on the cross guards. I'm gonna tap the cross guards into the main thing, and then I'm also gonna have a screw sticking out from the cross guard that will engage with the foo dog and a little hot glue. And again, that'll be a way to have a very high strength connection that won't just like let itself go, but also allows me to service this sword later. I don't like gluing things if I don't have to. So we are in the final stages. There's also, there is also a case for the sword. In the movie, there is a box that the sword comes in, and I'm gonna make that too. I've just done a bunch of resawing of some pine, and it's glued it up, and it is setting right now. So yeah, this is, as far as I can tell, nobody has done this replica whatsoever. This is gonna be a one of one. Now, for the film, they probably made a dozen. I've only ever seen a picture of 2. There was one that was at the Museum of the Moving Image, which I have some pictures of, and there is one actually at the Sony lot, back in one of the corridors of Sony. But the one in the Sony lot doesn't look etched, it looks like a stunt version. It's hard to say. Some of my details may change when I learn more, but I'm just really, I will say, like, I know that my inlay here is amateurish, but damn, does it feel good to see. And I know I can get those joints better next time I'm doing that kind of thing. Just really pleased with that. think I'll watch that movie tonight with my green destiny by my side. Oh, Chow Yun Fat, is there anything you can't do? Oh, Ang Lee, is there anything you can't do? One of the great... Okay, so this is the best part about this. Here's the best part, is that this sword, it goes like this. See that? When you hit it out at the end, whoop, it does that sort of wobble. It's really neat. Yep. Small refinements here and there, but it is dismantleable, remantleable, and it is beautiful. And now I'm going to commence on the box. Let's make the box. So I think today what I'm going to get to is building out the box, marking it for its cutting, and then getting out some burrs and experimenting with carving the designs in the outside. So I may end up drawing those designs, not getting all the way to cutting them today, but we'll see. We will see. I've glued up some pine over here that I resawed on the... I did some stuff off camera. It happens. Let me get some stuff over here. Okay, let's see here. Some of this is going to be delicate, but once we start to get it together, it will be less delicate. This is basically... This should be... yeah. We'll deal with that in a second. This should be really simple. I'm going to make a 6-sided box, which I will then cut into 2 halves of a clamshell, but after I've done all my carving on it. So it looks good. Looks like we've got some pieces that are made up to glue. Okay. Obstacle out of the way. Oh, that's lovely. That's the inside. That is also going to be the inside. This will also be the inside. Yep, that's the outside. Okay. Hey! We're gonna let that sit for a minute. I'm gonna go get some glasses. So now it's time for me to line this, and the next thing for me to do is there's several stages. The outer box is painted black. The inner lining has about a 1/4 inch border, and then there's a drop down for the sheet that holds the sword. Same border on the upper lid. I believe this is all foam here, and this is a cutout. So I'm about to chop this to be my sword cutout. Okay. Yep, I can see that drop short supports. 175 thou. Amazing! It's exactly the right size. Oh, hey, don't you fall. Hey! All right, so let's get this a little closer. I have drawn the carvings. I have a lot of work to do. But there's a new tool in the cave. Last year, I was watching Stefan Gotzewitter, and he was talking about his favorite deburring tool, which is this beautiful Nakanishi rotary tool. That's as not loud as it is at 25,000 RPM. I have fallen in love with this thing. There is a caveat when you buy these, which is that there are 3mm collets and there are 1/8" collets. And I know the rule of thumb is that 1/8 of an inch is roughly 3mm, but roughly is the operating phrase here. These collets are tight enough that 1/8" do not fit. So I had to actually go through my entire Dremel collection of a couple hundred bits and separate them into 3mm and 1/8". Probably something I should have done years ago. At any rate, now that I have separated out, this tool is even more useful to me. The diamond burrs are incredible. It has no vibration. It's just incredible. Anyway, somebody from Nakanishi reached out to me and was like, we love seeing you use our tools. Is there something else you want? And I said, I would love one of your sonic cutters. And they sent me one. And this is basically an X-Acto knife with ultrasonic frequencies that cuts through stuff like butter. Like you can't even believe how easy this thing cuts stuff. It's crazy. So I think I'm gonna do all this carving with this thing. I think that's gonna make it go way faster. I'm gonna have to figure out, yeah, this. All right, so let me show you this tool for just a second. All right, so on and on. And it's on right now. Doesn't make any sound, but if I just drew across like this, that separates. Again, I'm applying almost no force at all. Dude, I'm really kind of amazed by this thing. So, I'm going to try. Oh my God. Wait, where are you looking? Right about here? Let's look at this one. Okay. My God, that's going to take a while, but this is still the fastest way it could possibly happen. I wanted to tell you this might be my new favorite tool I've used in a long time. So let's just talk about what it can do. I can draw a line like this. And I can draw another line like this. And I've done a little bit of carving. That's kind of incredible. I'm really sort of blown away by this thing. Really? Darn. This is going to take a while. I think I'm going to maybe take a break here, let this thing cool down, and open a mirror. But, you know, there'll be more footage. So, this is great. This Nakanishi Sonic Cutter Zero, you've probably been watching this video thinking, that's a little convenient that this thing showed up at the moment Adam needed it to do this box carving. But no, it is literally just a happenstance that it arrived here this week, that these guys reached out, asked if I was interested. I have already done a ton of this, so it's hard to see, but I've done everything from here to here on the cover. I have about another hour on this, and then probably another 2 hours on the sides. I'm now changing the blade for the first time after all of that. About 3 hours of this, maybe 2. That's spectacular. That's just amazing. It's hard to justify the cost of a tool like this for a generalist maker, but I'm not positive it is super hard to justify that cost. Its utility for me is crazy. I mean, even if you work with fiberglass, you kind of keep specific cutters for your fiberglass around, and this will do it all day long in whatever shape you want, which is kind of amazing. Yeah. It's a perfect confluence of happenstance and need. Something like that. I'm just going to keep on going. I'm not sure if I'll get this done today. I'd like to. I've got about 2.5 more hours before I have to do other things. We'll see if I can get this done. I don't know. Yeah. Nothing else to tell you. I just changed out the blade. We got a brand new blade in there. That's all that it is. Doot, doot, doot. Yeah, here we go. So with the completion of the top, I would like this to look a little more like old wood. And consequently, I'm going to hit it with a wire brush, which should tend to expose the grain a bit. I'm going to be able to, so I'm going to show you a before and after here. Hang on just a second. Let's see if I did anything. Not a ton. Not a ton. All right. I know, it still feels really good. Oh my God, I cannot wait to paint this thing. Oh my goodness, we are almost done. Oh, I am so tired. And this went faster than I imagined it could possibly have gone because of the Nakanishi Sonic Cutter Zero. Thank you, Nakanishi, for sending this to me. I want to talk about something you watched happen there, which was, I think if you look at footage of me during the first few of these I was making, and you look at some footage of me later on, you'll notice that I've got a much steadier hand later on. This is the kind of tedium that begets practice, that literally makes you better at everything else that you do. I have merely the ends to finish, and then I've got some box hardware, some closures that are Chinese in their look. The very next thing that happened, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I wanted just to talk a little bit about that improvement because it feels really good in my body. It feels really good to do something uncertainly for a while and then to find and hone in on an orientation that works. I started this on the workbench and it was hurting my back. I needed to sit lower and I needed to have it sit higher on me so I could get there. And after all of these hours, I'm not much worn out as I was during the first hour I was doing this. Next thing that happens is this gets a coat of black paint. That'll help me see if the carvings are, well, first I hit this with a belt sander and I hit it with a planer and I'll make it look a little more handmade. And then I hit it with some black paint, then I hit it with some white wash. And once I've done that, it's time to fill it with the, we're really close to me taking this home tonight. I thought I was rolling. I took this blowtorch. And I darkened the whole thing like this. And then I talked about how I like to do that to bring out the grain, which is what I'm doing. So when you hit it with fire and you hit it with a wire brush, you make the grain much more dimensional. And it helps it look a lot older. I may dress the inside of this before I dress the outside. There's a wash to happen here, but I don't want to do it too early, and I may give this a clear coat. So I think I may actually mount the sword in here and get that going. Yeah. You should also see, I want to show to you just how, see that? See how beating it with the wire brush brings out the grain here? That's scraping with the wire brush. And then every now and then where you see like the percussive right there, that's just like hitting it with the ends of the wire brush. You get more grain with more burnt. So if you want to really see the grain, get it black and then scrape it with an automatic wire brush, like at the end of a grinder. I've done some big props in short periods of time this way. But yeah, let's I want to take the sword out of the box, you know, just like that. Okay, there's been There's been some moments where I thought I was filming and I wasn't. I am slowly buttoning in the last details on the inside of this bad boy. This guy is kind of here, but I need to trim it. Pencil noises. Oh, right. I think I need this to be even a little thinner, too. Oh, no. That's exactly the right thickness. Okay, so. All right, we were the young Americans. Oh man, it looks like I know what I'm doing. Incredible. That is so exciting. All right, time to wrap the second one. Let me admire. Dude. What? What's your mouth? Stop. I'm so happy. All right, time to paint the outside. So I'm going to start by pouncing it with a bunch of Fuller's earth. This is diatomaceous earth. And this is me getting some dirt down into the insides of everything. So I just took the mask off. So here's where we're at. I've got it carving. It's got some valleys. I filled those with diatomaceous earth, Fuller's earth. I then wiped off a lot of it. I did a clear coat. I added another amount of Fuller's earth to get down into those valleys. And then when I washed it off, there was still too much diatomaceous earth on there. So then I went over it with some black acrylic that I just basically made a thin wash and slowly squeegeed over to darken the outside. And now we are really pretty close. We are really pretty close on this one in terms of it being really almost done. This looks so close to the one in the movie. I'm really excited. I'm so excited. Look at that. It's so pretty. Let's put the sword in it, shall we? Oh, yeah, this is going to be so freaking awesome. Woohoo! That's looking really nice. Looking really good. We can put that in here. Oh, yes! Hold on, I gotta wash my hands. Yeah, you've seen me here before. Over the moon! Just super, super spectacular. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy about this piece. Thanks for joining me for this. Yeah, we'll have some beauty shots of this. I've asked Norm and the guys to shoot some nice B-roll beauty shots. Oh, so pretty. Very happy.
I really appreciate you watching all of that. And if you are pondering right now what to get for the maker, tinkerer, or general obsessive in your life, or what to get yourself, I'd like to humbly suggest our brand new Savage Industries Shop Apron. Its predecessor is one of the most popular things we have ever manufactured, and we are still selling them, but now we've added to it. We've simplified it, we've lowered the cost, and we've made an entry-level apron, still manufactured in the United States, still made of upcycled materials, and I swear this might become my new daily wear. Get yours today at adamsavage.com.